Okay, so with regards to our power buck, if you will, here we have our battery connector. Here's the battery connector port, and as we can see, this will be a little bit of a challenging solder, but I'll show you how to make it easy. And then we have where we have the post. So in this case, we're just going to do a two-prong post, if you will, on this side. You could use a USB, it comes in the package with it, but as you can see in this finished product, we want to do basically a two-prong post, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to set this down on the table, if you will, and as you can see, as it focuses in and out, there are two little prongs that are sticking out of the back here. I'm just going to go ahead and lay that down on this surface. I'm going to get it as close as I possibly can to where it needs to be. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to solder those two to that bottom post. Okay, so I'm going to have a, let's go ahead and get a little bit in here, and let me get the alignment. And so I'm just going to try to affix this. Like I said, it's a little bit of a challenge. Okay, take two. Usually at home I have some stuff I'm able to secure. So what I did here is I just took a regular paper clip and get that secured on there. So I can, manhandle it just a little bit in order to get this down. And so now it's going to be a lot easier. So there's that side. Do the other side here. Okay. Get that all soldered. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so now once we got a little dabbled on the top, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place a little bit on the sides here, just to give it an extra kind of secure footing in terms of my solder. There. And get a little there. So as you can see, if I bring this up a little bit, I know, well, it's going to be out of focus, but I've got solder tacked on the back. At those two prongs, I do those two first, and then I go ahead and I tack down the solder on the sides, and we got a nice secure battery connector for our post. So let's go ahead and do the other side. This one's a little bit easier. We just kind of push that through, and then I just kind of go upside down here. And again, I just lay it flat on the table. Do a little blob there. Do a little blob here. Okay, and there we got our power boost. Got all the pieces done. So the next thing I'll do is just kind of cut this on the bottom. Don't want to take it all the way to the bottom, but just enough of it off. There we go. And so there we go. We've got our power buck. Okay, so we've got everything soldered on there that we need. The only last thing that we've got to do is just a switch. Now on these smaller power bucks, you only need 2 pins. Notice that there are 3 here. So in this case, I'm going to cut one of these off. Okay, and I need to put the 2 existing pins that are left in the ground and the LB. Okay, or sorry, not the LB, sorry, ground and EN. And so that's where I need to put my switch. Here's an example of one that's already done. So again, I'm just gonna see if I can prop this up somehow. So I put my crude kind of like little clamp on this. Let me get it in the center there. And so I'm going to do this one first. Here we go. I'll get that in. Okay. So I got that pin. I'm just going to go ahead and release this. I'll do the second pin, and then we'll trim them. Okay. And so I've got my second pin almost done. And I've got my pins done. Put that away. Bring it up. I've got both of them done, and so all I got to do is trim, and so there's my completed power buck, and it's ready to go. Switch on and off and so on. Okay, so that's the first little piece that we need to do.